Hello Aquarius, this is Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not believe in astrology but who want to hear their forecast for June 2025. And for you, things are different depending on whether you are an early Aquarius or everyone else. So the early Aquarian people, the January Aquarians, are dealing with Pluto. Pluto entered your sign a little bit first in the 2023, then it went back, then at the end of 2024 it came here for good, and it is working on transforming your life and on ridding you from the naive ideas. And usually the naive ideas protect us. So when our naive ideas of who we are, what our life is like, what our future may look like, when those ideas are taken away from us, we generally feel not very good, not very comfortable. It is an empowering process. It's a process that's supposed to make you more powerful, but also wiser, deeper, more psychologically educated, and also less defensive and more collected, I would say. But it's not a pleasant process. So if you are an early Aquarius, this is where you are right now. And this may become even more important or more obvious once Venus, the planet of love, pleasure, beauty, art, moves into Taurus on the 6th of June. Taurus in your horoscope rules home, family, place of residence. And in general, and for late Aquarians, this will also be the true. While Venus is transiting here, it will spend around a month here. This is when your home life becomes more pleasant. This is when you're motivated to be more nice around the home. This is when you want your home to be beautiful. This is when you want to enjoy home. This is when you want to have people you love over, etc. But for the very early Aquarians, in the first days after the 6th of June, Venus will aspect Pluto, and this is when there may be some conflict. For example, maybe people from the family, your people you live with, demand you to be nice, and it comes into conflict with your truth, with your new truth. That's a possibility. Or maybe you are going through a crisis, and then the nice people at home would want to support you, would want to show you their love. Both options are possible. But generally, like after a few days, this Venus is about making your home life, making your family life more loving and beautiful. Mars, planet of action and drive, starts the month in your area of partnerships. It has been there since the middle of April, and because of the retrograde, it was also there before. So basically, if there's anything in the important relationships in your life about which you could have had a discussion, a conflict of interests, it's already in the open. And now in the days until the 17th, you're supposed to, I don't know, make some final adjustments or have a final say, or just decide things in those areas. Then on the 17th, Mars moves forward into Virgo. For you, this is the area of three things: deep intimacy, psychological depths, and funding. So Mars there may make sex more passionate and desirable if it's within the framework of a relationship where deep intimacy is possible. Or it may make you fight more, also an option. Or maybe you are dealing with your fears. This has to do with this psychological depth aspect of what Mars and Virgo can do for you. So being scared of something and questioning, like, why am I afraid of this? What does this fear mean? Is it constructive? Is it motivating me to do something? Or alternatively, this Mars after the 17th can give you motivation and strength to fight for getting funding. If you are working on something and you need more funding, then Mars after the 17th can help you fight for it and possibly get it. The main event of the month is Jupiter, planet of luck, abundance, wisdom, optimism, growth and expansion, moving from Gemini into Cancer. It will remain in Cancer for almost 13 months. And those 13 months in your life is a time when you should be optimistic about your day-to-day life. This is professional responsibilities, this is your craft, this is your schedule, these are your routines, your habits. Now the question you should ask yourself is, am I happy with how I live my life on a day-to-day basis? Am I satisfied? Am I doing what I actually want to be doing? Am I in demand? Am I popular? Am I doing what people need? Am I doing what people actually value? Am I doing something that people find meaningful? Am I happy with my habits? Am I happy with my routines? Is this what I want my daily life to look like? And the correct answer is no. Why? Because Jupiter is there to help you improve things. Jupiter is there to give you hope. Jupiter is there for you to use the opportunities to change things. So even if you are relatively happy with what you have achieved in this area of day-to-day life, Jupiter will show you that more is possible and you should make use of this opportunity. And how it's going to happen is that on the 8th, Mercury will enter Cancer. And it's nice if you already get some information and think about how you live your day-to-day life. On the 10th, Jupiter will enter this area and will start creating new opportunities for you. And then on the 25th, there will be a new moon in this area, which is a great time to make some concrete plans, to set standards, to define some goals for yourself in this day-to-day area of your life for the year ahead. Now, this new moon will be connected to what two planets are doing in Aries. Those two planets are Saturn and Neptune. They are new in Aries. They entered it during the springtime. And in your horoscope, they are setting very high standards for learning, intellectual activity, also kind of like bureaucracy, transportation, but mostly intellectual activity, intellectual labor and learning and communication. So here maybe you will be more restricted because if standards are raised, then a lot of the things you cannot do anymore. Or maybe you will get some intellectually demanding tasks that you have to actually perform. Or maybe you will have to twitch the way you do communication to make it more grown up, so that it corresponds better to the status that you actually have. And so this changed situation around intellectual tasks, intellectual activity, communication, maybe transport, some limitations, but also higher standards will be very important for what you plan for yourself optimistically in your day-to-day life. It's best not to focus on limitations, but maybe focus on the adult, grown-up quality of how you think, the content you produce, and see this as valuable. So basically, the task is to elevate your day-to-day life, your craft, your responsibilities, and your intellectual labor activities, tasks, communication. There will also be a full moon in Sagittarius on the 11th of June. For you, this will illuminate two things. your ideas about future, how you imagine your future to be, whether it's attractive, whether it can motivate you to live life better, and also your social circle. So it is known that our social circle kind of defines who we are, what we see as possible, what we are motivated to do. So it makes sense to edit our social circle in a way that would make us more likely to reach our goals. And this full moon can show us what our ideas of future are, and also who are the people who surround us, whether they are helping us or hindering our progress. This full moon is also connected to Mars, that at that time will still be in your area of important partnerships. So maybe the conflict you have with your partner will be instrumental, or maybe some male friends, partners, colleagues will be also instrumental to assess your goals, hopes, fears about the future, and also what your social circle is. Mercury will be entering Leo on the 26th for a couple of weeks, and at first it may intensify the conflict that you may have with your partner, especially for the late Aquarians. But then it will just be giving you more opportunities to talk to each other, to your romantic partner, to the important friends in your life, to colleagues. And then next month there will be a new moon in Leo, so you will be able to start anew in one or more relationships. So maybe you will collect information to make decisions next month. But most important thing this June for you Aquarians is day-to-day life, day-to-day activities, professional growth, developing your craft, making plans for making sure that your day-to-day life is making you happy, is making your day-to-day life meaningful, and elevating both your day-to-day responsibilities and intellectual activity. I'm leaving you with this. Have a beautiful June, Aquarians.